is gone as we hit the middle third of the schedule. It's away here in Week 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. And leading them out in his 6th season in the league now is their quarterback.
He's definitely one of the stars in this league, a true franchise quarterback. And when you're at this level, Kate, you want to put your imprints on this game right from the jump.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. First play is to the air. That's completed right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills take a 6-0 lead right away. Almost feel bad for those fans who went to get food before finding their seats here, Brock. While they're waiting in line, got a touchdown on the first play from scrimmage.
Now, I got a sense a few of them were scooting towards the tunnel to see what the roar was all about.
Yep.
Just like this guy scooted for the explosive touchdown.
On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bills will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Carty has it all teed up and ready to send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get set for their opening drive. And they'll be let out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
Kate, this is one of those situations where a quarterback has just got to say to himself, poised. Be poised. Yeah, your team just gave up a big blow on the other side, and you don't have to get it all back in one play like they just did. You got to go out there with poise to do your job and go lead your team.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be first down, Bengals. Back to throw. That one's complete, right side. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. They go play action on first. Brought in inside the 20. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. 35 on the pickup. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
First down from the red zone. He's on the move. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And he will score. It's a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals finish off their opening drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bengals respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. The kicking team out there now for the Bengals, and they're going to send this away. Return coming from the 6. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Buffalo offense out there for their second drive of the contest. Well, Brock, it only took them one play to reach the end zone last drive. They might have to work a little bit harder this time out. Tight end in motion right. Airing it out to start this drive. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it's a turnover. The defense has it. Wow, oh wow. He sent his offense out twice now, and both times they fumbled it away. I'm not sure who's more aggravated, the dudes down there or the dude next to me up here.
Well, I'm aggravated, but I know the guy on the field wants to put the offense in the doghouse, like all of them right now. This can't happen in the NFL, Kate. And a lot of guys out there, they got to be looking to one another, hold each other accountable to hold on to the ball.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
A gain of 2 on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Touchdown, Cincinnati! So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Now the PAT try coming up. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. The kicking team out there now for the Bengals, and they're going to send this away. Starting from the 5. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. Airing it out to start this drive. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. Back to throw now. Completed to his running back. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Bills 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46. To the air now on 1st and 10. Short pass brought in. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bengals territory. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Still sticking with the passing game. Well, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that means 3rd down coming up. Throwing from the gun here. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. And that falls incomplete.
I hate those situations, Kate, as a QB. I'm looking for an open passing lane, and I can't find one anywhere. He thought he had one available. Defense did a better job of knocking it away.
2nd and 10 now. Able to find Jones. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st. Third down, 1 yard to go. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Just a single yard, but that's going to be enough to move the chains. All set up now for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. He's going to throw this one. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Cardi now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bills tie things up at 14. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. He fields it from the 8. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Out comes the offense for the Bengals. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Now a moment to check out his numbers catching that football last week. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 34. It's Dotson on the catch. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll throw on 1st. That pass caught by Dotson. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
At the 39-yard line.
From the 39. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Back to throw. Dump off caught by his back. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Christian Harris on the stop. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Escapes the pocket. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Field goal unit coming on. Looks like the Bengals will settle for 3. This is a 35-yard look from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they've taken back the lead.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Kickoff taken at the 3. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Bills set to take over offensively. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of one. Just a field goal separates these two. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. We're back for the second quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They've got 2nd and 7 to start. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6. He'll throw it. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. This one misses the tight end. So they're left facing a 4th down. The Bills with a punt team out there. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And it'll be Bengals football. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he's brought down for a loss.
You call that receiver screen, and every once in a while, that wide receiver, well, he's got to be his own blocker. He's got to make the first guy or two miss. That didn't happen, play goes nowhere.
3rd and long for him here. Finds the in route complete. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Bills will take over possession. They'll start this series with an option left. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. They'll run it from the gun. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Wow, wide open here, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Before we can get a snap on second down, they call timeout. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Jones reels it in. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. That was Micah Parsons making that play. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. They send Jones left. To the air, 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That play good for 17 and a first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
And he drives this forward to the 6.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Extra DB out there for the Bengals. 3rd down coming. He's dropping back to throw. Caught near the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play. Goal to go, they're passing. And he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills take a 2nd quarter lead. Keon Coleman, the touchdown. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Point after converted from Cardi. And the Bills take a 4-point lead. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Here's Carter on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's going to be tackled after getting it up to the 28. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 28. Finds him over the middle. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Fair catch the signal, and he brings it in at the 23. The Bills headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Complete to Coleman. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. 2nd and 3 now. From the 31. As his target, it's Johnny Wilson. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good for a Bills first down. Running it now out of the gun. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Tackle made by the rookie from Wisconsin. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's a throw. He beams one deep right side. He's got it inside the 25. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Give him 32 on that play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
We're to the 2-minute warning from the jungle. The Bills are on the move here. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. They'll throw it. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Setting up a throw. Hits his running back. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. Pickup of 5 on that play. And that's good for a Bills first down. They are throwing it again. Caught near the pylon. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown. He's out of bounds. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only a yard on the pickup. Now it's 2nd and goal. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Pass play now. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
They're headed up the middle, and he's in for the touchdown. The Bills grow their lead just before halftime. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Cardi with the extra point. And the Bills drive their lead to 11.
Bengals 17. Joshua Cardi.
Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Evans now to return. This return makes it up to the 25. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Walker hauls it in. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Cooper DeJean with the stop. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Cincinnati uses its 2nd timeout. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And this time they're gonna get there and they drop him. The final timeout taken by the Bengals. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Another try following the sack. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he pushes it forward, but will only reach the 23. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills leading. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland. And it's the Steelers who are out in front.
And with a push of a button, we say so long to the halftime report and jump right back to the start of the third quarter. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here comes the Cincinnati offense for the first drive of our second half. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They go play action here. He puts some power on a deep one left. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
He was defended by Derek Stingley.
They're throwing it. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He's got this at the 27, and he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort, and they're going to take over possession. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Throwing off the play fake here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Throwing now off play action. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Back now, pressure on its way. Has the connection to Jones. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills push their lead further to start the half. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Point after converted from Cardi. And the Bills push their lead to 18.
Bengals 17.
Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Cincinnati just about set for its next offensive possession. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Dotson now in motion right. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking for a throw here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Diving right side, got it! Well, he came down a little awkwardly after making that tackle. Looks like he's in some discomfort now. We're gonna have medical head out to check on him. 1st and 10 from the 41. Here's a handoff up the gut. And they're gonna get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain though, up to the 49. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll run here from the gun. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
26-yard line.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So that brings up 4th down. The Bengals send out the punting unit. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Brings it in at the 12. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The Bills' offense all set for their next drive. And you can see in these clips quite an extensive highlight reel he's put together in what is a 4-touchdown game for him already.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say this guy's in the zone. I know in hoops, sometimes shooters say that hoop looks and that basket looks enormous, right? I know on a golf course, you're thinking, man, everything is a birdie. For this guy today, 4 touchdowns on the ledger, he's made it look easy.
1st and 10, they're gonna throw. Connection made to Coleman. And he gets it up close to the 25 before he's out of bounds. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 23. Coleman with the grab. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Complete to Keon.
I'm sure coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Call it a gain of 2, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 1. He's got it on the bootleg. That's caught for the 1st. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's able to take this up pretty close to that 40-yard line. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Back to the well again. Into the 2nd level past the 30. And he has it down to the 26-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Bills first down.
And the Bills first down.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Catch made right side by Coleman. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it first and goal.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
From the red zone now. And in, touchdown Buffalo. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Bengals 17.
Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Man, he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. The Cincinnati offense headed out now. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
When we think about safeties, I mean, it's just right in the name, right? The safety is the last line of protection in the passing game. We don't think of them as blitzers. But, Kate, let me tell you, for a safety blitz to get home, they got to be great disguisers. They can't show that blitz early. That safety didn't, and the quarterback took the brunt of the contact.
They motion the tight end over. Trying again, following the sack. Able to find Dotson here. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Now looking to throw. That pass caught by Dotson. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
So out now comes the punter. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Pulled in at the 20. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Bills are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. They've got a man in motion. They'll throw to begin this drive. Setting up the running back screen. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Motioning him from the slot right. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's good for a Bills first down.
First down, Bills.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Receiver in motion, headed right. They'll run here, following the penalty. And he's held up short of midfield after a small gain. Only 3 on the gain. It's now 2nd and 12.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 12.
Simple dive up the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd.
Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's the Bills football. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. They put a receiver in motion right. They'll run it here on 3rd down. And that hit stops him in his tracks. Pickup of 0 on the play, and that leaves them with 4th and 6.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Punting unit out now. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. Here come the Bengals to take over once again. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Completed over the middle. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Pass play coming here. This one falls incomplete.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he loved to know the tendencies of a defense. In 3rd and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass, and a 4th down instead.
That's caught beyond the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
He's gonna try to drop it in deep right. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Still sticking with the passing game. Dumped off to his running back. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
He got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. Here we go, 2nd and very long. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second, and incompletion is still pretty good, too.
Desperation time here on 4th. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. They'll run here on 1st down. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
And the Bills 1st down.
Throwing from the gun here. That's complete to Wilson. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
He goes back to him yet again, complete. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up first and goal.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. Here's second and goal from the 6.
A gain of 3 brings up second and
Dropping back to throw. Touchdown, Buffalo! Cardi down for the PAT.
touchdown Buffalo.
Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bills grow their lead yet again.
Bengals 17.
Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away.
To kick off.
Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return.
At their own
So now here comes the Bengals on offense. And the last time we saw them, Brock, they took a risk, went for it on their own half of the field, but it didn't work out. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Short pass brought in. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
second and 5 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29. Dump off caught by his back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Number 6.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Finds him over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. 4th and 3, drive on the line.
It's 4th down.
They'll run for this. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10.
First down.
Tight end going in motion here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's Dotson on the catch. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That's another Bengals first down.
They'll try and throw it here. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it's 2nd down coming up. Looking to the air here. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Number 7.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that brings up 4th and long. He'll look to throw. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Back-to-back carries here. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. On now comes their punter. The punt's away, and this one looking good. Angled this one for the sideline. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. 1st and 10, they're going to throw. And a man is there to knock that away. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Back to throw now. We've got a screen to the running back. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
Kate, I'm going to call that, even though it looks like nothing on the stat sheet, a win-win for both sides. Defense, well, they rally. They get right to that throw in the flat for a no gain. The offense, well, they just remind that defense, you not only got to cover us vertically, but we're going to stretch you horizontally as well.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Trying to push it deep downfield. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Their punter making his way out now. And this is going to put him up to 6 punts today. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. He's got it. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Bills ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. On 1st down, they'll run. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Buffalo.
They give it to him again. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Another carry for him. Runs inside the 35. And he's down all the way to the 30. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Bills 1st down. So the Bills fight their way to a win on the road. And